4 minutes until showtime.
Hold on, cleaning my glasses. I can't even see who's in the chat room yet. Hold on. Us the spots. Hey, Elizabeth. I can see.
3 minutes until showtime.
3 minutes. In the phone. Awesome. All right, where are we? There we are. Am I? Almost. Oh. Ooh. You be a good boy. Lay down. Here we go. Yeah.
2 minutes until showtime.
You're bored. Jacob, the only way for you to give you my desk is for me to get 2 identical height plastic foldable tables. I need them about this height. Doesn't matter to me what they are. Suppose I could deal with it.
1 minute until showtime.
1 minute. Okay. Oh, there we go. Almost showtime.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Love Talk Radio.
CEO of the ATU Network. This work is protected by Creative Commons license.
For the next 2 fun-filled hours, get ready to learn something new, be inspired, enlightened, spooked, helped, laugh, cry, and be awakened. And now, your host of Awakening the Unknown. You never know what these 2 will be up to next. So please welcome Susan Swanbeck
Hello, everyone.
and Michelle Sullivan.
Michelle is still on her sabbatical. So you guys are stuck with me for a while. Right now she's kind of outside chilling out with the doggy. So that's pretty cool. But hey Brenda, how you doing? So let's see. If you guys remember, yeah, Michelle's outside. She's been a little stressed, so she opted out today. So she's outside with Buddha doing her thing with her dog. So, and here I am. Did you miss me? You just seen me last night. You won't see me tomorrow. So if you guys remember from last Thursday, we were doing a lot of chatting about self-care and things you can do for yourself in order to take better care of yourself. Now, when I talk about self-care, I'm talking about spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm talking about them all put together and all crammed together. Now, it's something that we all need to do, especially with everything that we do have going on right now. Everything's going on in the world, and even if the world was running at a normal pace, we all get very busy. We all get very frustrated. We just get to the point where things are just too difficult for us, is what they are, to handle sometimes. And we become overwhelmed, and we have a tendency to put ourselves last, is what we do. We don't put ourselves first where we should be. We should put ourselves first, because if you don't take care of yourself, how do you take care of your family? How do you help your friends? How do you do these things if you're not taking care of self? Now, taking care of self is many aspects. So hopefully you guys did follow last week's show. If not, you can always go over to iTunes, iHeartRadio, and download last Thursday's episode in order to follow the beginning of what we were talking about with self-care. And this is a continuation of that show. So this is self-care part 2. And don't forget, you guys can always call in at 563-999-3002 in case you have any questions or, anything that's along the line of self-care is what we're doing tonight. So what I wanted to start off with tonight is something that we talk about a lot on chakras when we do chakras. We're talking about centering and grounding. Centering and grounding, it's essential. It ties well into self-care, and there's a really good reason for that. It's actually a practice you can do to realign your personal energy and also replenish low personal energy and create a sense of belonging, connection, and reassurance. Now, good morning, Debbie, sorry. So this is what we're talking about right now. We're not talking about a grounding as far as absorbing the earth's energy. There's a way, if you have extra energy, to actually replenish the earth with it. And also, if you are low on energy, there's a way for you to be able to help to absorb it. Now, there's lots of different techniques, but I thought maybe with this particular technique, what I wanted to do is walk you through what you guys. So hopefully everybody that's listening out there in the radio audience and those that are following us on our live video feeds, what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that everybody is safe first. That's the most important thing. Make sure that you guys are safe. You can be somewhere that you can actually sit and take a couple of minutes to close your eyes is what I want you to do. So we're going to go over to the board, and I'm going to pull up a soft meditation music is what I want to do. I want it really soft in the background of my voice, and I want you guys to follow what it is that we're doing right now, okay? Let's see. Yeah, is that good? Hold on. Let me just check the volume on that. Just enough to drown the outside. Okay. So what I want you guys to do right now is the first thing I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. That is the most important thing. Then I want you to take 3 slow breaths. You should start to feel yourself relaxing right now. Continue to have your eyes closed. And what I want you to do is I want you to visualize a light in the core of your body. I usually prefer a beautiful white light. What you consider your body's core is, of course, up to you. Some people consider their heart their core. Others will consider the stomach their core. It's what the core is connected to you, okay? And again, it could be your solar plexus, your abdomen. So we're talking in the stomach area, in the heart area, a little lower, whatever you visualize your core is. What I want you to do is I want you to visualize this beautiful, bright light in the core of your being right now. Okay, I want you to hold that and get that light. Get that beautiful light with you right now. Now I want you to visualize a trendle of light moving down your core to the ground is what I want you to do. I want you to visualize it moving down, little trendles, little feelers going out from this piece of light that you have. And it's going out from your core and it's reaching into the ground, into the earth. I want you to see it reach down through the surface, deep into the earth's core. Continue to reach that down. Watch the feelers. They're going and the trendles are going down and down and down. And you can still see them. They're going down into the core of the earth as we speak. See it reach down through the surface, deep into the earth's core. Visualize your trendles of energy meeting the energy of the divine earth. Draw some of the earth's energies up into the trendles as if it was a straw. Okay? Bring it up into your body and allow the earth's energy to fill you. Let it continue to fill you. Let it absorb you. Let it be where it is. Feel that energy. That energy is coming into you. And you're feeling the earth's energy coming into you. And it's a wonderful, and it's light energy is what it is. Now, if you're tired or low on energy, you can actually use the earth's energy to replenish and balance is what you can do. Okay? So what you're doing right now is you're absorbing the energy to rebalance yourself. You're taking the energy from the center of the earth to the core, and you're bringing it up to your core energy. And you're letting it absorb, and you're feeling it. And it feels wonderful. Okay? When you feel that you are balanced, you're balanced with the core of the earth, your core and the earth's core. You both have the same amount of energy. You're balanced. You're feeling very replenished. You're feeling more like yourself. This is what we want you to do. Now, if you are jumpy or too buzzy or have too much energy, you can use the trendles in an opposite way. You can allow the extra energy that you have, for those that do have the extra energy, you can let the extra energy go into the earth and allow the earth to heal and give that energy back to the earth is what you could do. Now, I want you guys for a couple of minutes to continue doing that. Either absorb the energy if you need it, or allow the energy to absorb back into the earth. These are things that are going to assist you and make you feel balanced and calm. Now, when you have that, and you're all set, and you are balanced, I want you to bring your feelers back up into the ball of light that you have at your core. Continue to bring the cores up through the earth core, through the crust. The ends are sealed. None of the energy given or received can leak. You continue to bring the trendles back up. Bring it back up into your core being. Can you feel that beautiful energy right now? Okay? Now, what I want you to do is let that light diminish. Let it absorb through your entire body. Bring it up through your crown, all the way down to your root. Allow it to balance itself out with your body. Now again, I want you to take some breaths, and then I want you to open your eyes. I want you to take 3 breaths. Now I want you to all open your eyes. I want you to tell me, how are you feeling now? Are we feeling more balanced? You're low? All right. Your heart chakra is cold. All right. So how are we feeling now? Are we feeling more balanced, more either the excess energy is gone, or the energy that you needed, you absorbed it through the earth's core? Do you feel more balanced right now? Do you feel more comfortable with yourself? And I would say, of course, I said hi to Debbie. Hey, Brenda. And again, hey, Valerie, how you doing? How are you guys feeling now? Are you feeling better? This is one of the simple things you guys can do as self-care. It's really quite wonderful. It's very energetic, and it's something that can really help you out. Now, some of the items in this particular book, we're not going to get into. Some of the items, we're actually going to kind of twist it a little bit to make it fit everybody. And that's something I like to do. Now, the next thing you guys can do for self-care has a lot to do with your religion. Not your just religion, your spiritual side. Everybody should have a spiritual place in their house. Most Portuguese I've ever met, they always light a candle for loved ones that have left, and it's always in a certain area in their house. So if it doesn't matter what your spirit energy is connected to, what matters is, as long as it's positive, that's all that matters. I mean, if it's tea lights that you're more connected to, do the tea lights. If you have like spell candles because you practice Wicca, do that. If the tall pillar candles, do that. Have an area where it's just sacred for you, a place for you to go and pray or worship, or allow your spirit to become more one with the universe and with the earth. This is actually very important, because what you're doing is you're bringing the blessings with you. It's a place that you know that if you go, you will have those blessings every time. You know that you will be heard from your higher energy, your higher spirit, and your soul will automatically start to connect. You'll feel, okay, I need to go sit in my little sacred area for a while. And it's going to help you feel more relaxed, more yourself, more centered, okay, and more spiritually aware. That is a really important aspect right there. And again, always remember there's like a couple of different ways right now for you guys to cleanse. And again, we're talking cleansing. We're not talking about cleaning the house. We're talking about the objects that you use in your sacred space, whatever your sacred space is. We're talking about keeping the energy itself cleared. Sorry, she's got Otis outside, and she's got Buddha outside, and Otis is having a fit. So what you want to do is, there's several different ways for you to do this. Moon energy is really good. Sunlight is another good energy for you guys to utilize for that. Sage, I use sage here all the time. It's one of the things I'm attracted to, of course, the white sage. Of course, I have my candle, and then I have my Palo Santo stick. And of course, I have a couple of little crystals that I always keep in my sage bowl. So those are things, that's like my sacred thing that everybody knows, okay, don't touch it. That's something that I just utilize. That's my time to get into, whether it's my meditative state, or whether it's my state for me to have the ability to allow my spirit to grow and to roam, or to get energy from the earth, or to put the extra energy in the earth right now. Those are the really important things. How are we doing out there right now, guys? How are we doing? Okay, because we're going to get into mindfulness and journaling. Journaling, believe it or not, is a very important aspect, of self-care. How are we feeling after that brief absorption from the earth? Talk to me here, guys. And don't forget, you can always call in at 563-999-3002. So what we're going to be talking about right now is mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is not a technique so much as an important aspect of your being, is what it is. Mindfulness is being in the moment. Now, I've talked to you guys before about when you're practicing meditation, mindful meditation, focusing on your breath. Because what you're doing is you're mindfully taking your mind off of your stresses by focusing only on your breath for those few minutes. That's being mindful of yourself and of your surroundings. Now, what you're doing is mindfulness is actually being in the moment, and it's allowing whatever task you perform or to have the whole of your attention in a relaxed fashion. Okay, so that you are fully open to experiences, and that's what it's all about. Mindfulness is important because you are tied to your environment. You have to think of it that way. You are very tied to the environment that you live in. So therefore, your environment and what it is that you're around on a daily basis, whether it's work or home, these are things that you are all connected with. Okay, so it's going to affect you physically, mentally, and emotionally, because that's what self-care is. Self-care is spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally is what we're dealing with right now. So it's very important for you, okay? Being aware of everything is actually critical to being able to pick the choices of what you want to draw on. Hello, Kim. Okay, and that's what it is. Now, also, it's actually important because you need to be able to know to differentiate between the good and the bad, or the supportive and or the unsupportive energy. It's the way it is. What energy are you around? What energy is going to support you? What energy is not going to support you? Like, is this for your highest and best good, or is it not? Those are the things. Now, reaching out and being able to sense what's around you takes a cautious blend of concentration and release. So what you're doing is you're checking out there in another section of this book. So we're actually going to be talking about awareness and sensory exercises we're going to be working on. We're giving you just the basic of the information. So when we're talking about mindfulness, it's dealing with your senses, and there's certain exercises that you can do in order to help you out. But we're going to get into that in a bit later. But this is very good because you have to think of it. I mean, to me, I always use analogies of baking or crystals. Okay. We'll use two crystals. There's two crystals here. One of these will serve you for your highest and best good. The other one won't, but not everybody's the same. Okay. Or we could take two of the same type of crystal. Okay. They look the same on the outside, but it's what on the inside and how each individual one makes you feel. And that's what we're talking about when we're talking about your environment. Does it support you? Does it not support you? Those are the important aspects that you need to realize and you need to remember. Now, everybody that knows that when I've talked a lot about, and again, if you guys want to talk about any of the things we're talking about right now as far as self-care, please feel free to call it. And again, you can call in at 563-999-3002. Now, another important aspect of self-care, and again, these are all brief descriptions. We're going to get into a lot of exercises with these. It's called magical journaling, is what they call it. But basically, it's journaling for self-care. Now, journaling, most people know it's like a therapeutic type exercise. Journaling helps you work out things that you otherwise would be like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? The idea of journaling as far as for self-care is writing out things that happen, like concepts, or whether you've, okay, I meditated for a little while trying to seep some energy from the earth. I put the trendles, I became one with the earth's core, and I was able to gather some of the energy, and I did feel better. It was done at this time. That's like following your progress. That's another good a way of doing it as well. Also, you can talk about other things that have kind of bothered you throughout the day, release those, or you can use it more as a spiritual journal. Now, a spiritual journal is more of what you're going through spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. That's what we're talking about tonight. It's talking about like your ideas, the origins of ideas, how they come to you. And it also helps with confidence. Like there was an individual who had asked me a question during a reading, and it was something that she sensed might be coming back. So she picked it up before I did. And now they are coming back into play. So if she would have wrote down what was going on, and that's what it is. You write down what you see and what's going on and how you feel this direction is actually going to go. This is something that's going to help you progress in the right direction. Also, having another journal to be able to voice your frustrations and what's going on. Get them out, reread it. I mean, don't correct your spelling. Don't do any of that. Literally, what you guys really need to do is just to get the words out. The only one meant to read these journals are you. They're not meant for anybody else. They're just meant for you, to help you feel better about you. Nobody else. Now, and here's the thing. Do you guys already out there, does anybody out there already keep a journal? Does anybody out there keep a journal of what's going on? Now, when you're dictating to your journal, so to speak, you're putting your thoughts into words. So you're helping ideas form. You're actually using it for self-esteem. It's like I recognized this particular thing. Okay. I've looked at this, and it's like when you go to the store and you want to try to cook a certain meat, but every time you turn around, you keep seeing it. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I think I'm meant to learn about this. Or when you're going out into the world about plants, you keep running into the same herb or the same particular leaf, and there's something about it that you keep running into. It's what it is it's your soul telling you to find out the information about it, because it keeps throwing it at you. Okay, so these are the things that we want to write down. Okay, I was out, I was here, it was by this tree, I seen this. Now you can go back and look in your journal and say, okay, during this walk, I seen that time, I seen it this time, I seen it that time. And again, talking about herbs or talking about other things. It's not basically, it's not something that we want to utilize for just our failures. It can be used for our adventures. It can be used for our successes. It can be used for our spiritual journeys when we're doing the meditation and how far we have come. These are things that are going to help you greatly in the long run. I find journaling a really aspect. Now, there's entire rituals that you can use to journal, but literally that's not what I use it for. I literally pull out a pen and paper, and to me, my nature and my church is always outside. It's the way that it has been. And again, so these are things that are going to help you out in the long run. How are we doing so far there, guys? Okay, are we following all this? Because we're going to get into a little mental and emotional self-care. They're actually two different things, okay? Now, what you have coming up is actually we're talking about your personal energy is what we're talking about. And that's how to keep your personal energy in good shape. Not your physical body, your personal energy. These are the things that we're going to be talking about now. 'Cause a lot of people will get depleted easy. How many people out there have such busy lives that it's like you get home and you want to collapse on the bed? That's it. I've had enough. I can't do no more. And that's it. So what you want to do is you want to maintain and you want to retain that balancing energy is what you want. These are the things that we actually need to focus on. Now, we're going to be talking about areas, and there are certain areas in our lives that we need to maintain a little bit more balance. It's learning to take that time for yourself. What you're doing is you're working slowly. Slowly, we're working on doing particular things in order to help ourselves maintain better self-care. And by identifying what doesn't work for you is a better way of getting it. Sorry about that. So, and the first thing you want to do is like, try to picture it like you're talking to anybody. You want to identify what your goals are. Okay, it's very important. So if you guys are out there, you're listening or you're watching and you have a pen and paper, I mean, what are your goals right now with self-care? And again, I mean, why? What do we want to do? What do we want to better about ourselves? What you need to do is you need to pin down what is valuable to you, not to anybody else. What you value, what makes you feel good, what you need to do. Because if you don't take care of you, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else. That's the most important aspects. So you need to know what your goals are, what you want to do, how you want to live, how you want to be, how you sense things. And again, we're talking about your not your physical body right now. We're talking about your spiritual body. We're talking about what makes you feel good. Addressing the source of what makes you feel good is another way of actually putting it. And again, it's kind of like effectively managing your own self-care time is what it is. So these are the things. What do you guys want? What do you guys want to do? How do you want to do this? Okay. So now making is another good. We're going to do a couple of different things. How many people have old magazines out there? How many people? You have these like old magazines or newspapers. Well, we want, and this is what I want you guys to do. I want you, again, take a pen and paper. I want you to make a vision board. And what a vision board is how you see yourself, and only do it by the year. How do you see yourself in a year? How do you want to be a year from now? Who do you want to be? Who? That's very important. Who is your spirit growing to become a year from now? Who are you going to be? Who is the best you? What do you guys want from yourselves? Not from others, but for you, because of you. What do you guys want? What are your goals? What makes you happy? So what is it? Come on, chat with me out there in my chat room. What is it that's going to make you happy? I mean, we got a fisherman in here right now. What would make you happy a year from now? Getting a state pin? Get a picture of a big fish, a picture of a state pin, put it on the wall, wake up and look at it every single morning. Another individual, you want to open a business? Get a picture of that business. Put that picture where you see it every day. Every day. And every day, I want you guys to sit there for 10 minutes every day and just imagine those photos that you have in front of you. I want you to imagine that this is going to happen. No doubt. I want you to feel your soul, your journey. I want your heart to go into this, and I want you to feel it, and I want you to, this is me. I'm going to be this. I can be this. I can do this. Now, we're not talking about buying new houses or new cars or anything like that right now. We're talking about you yourself, not any outside influences. We're only talking about what you need for you, not for anybody else. What makes your soul beautiful? What's going to help your soul soar? That's what it is. What is it that you guys want that's going to give your soul that joy? What is it going to do? What is it for you guys? So what is it? Talk to me. Talk to me. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Talk to me. What do you guys see? What do you need to make your soul soar? Okay? Let's talk to Patrick over here. Patrick, if you ended up catching a state pin from fishing, would that make your soul soar? Is that what it is? Something just you, for you, because of you. Would that make your soul soar? Then make that a goal. Put it on a vision board. Somebody wants to open a business, like Brenda, you want to open a business. Put it on the vision board. No matter what anybody else says, if it makes your spirit soar higher, if it gives your spirit joy, if it makes you feel the love and the beauty of your life, then you know that it's meant for you. As long as it's not harming anyone. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to draw. You can get pictures out of a magazine. You can get it from a newspaper. Heck, most people can print them offline right now. Whatever you want that you actually see yourself. You want to be a football player. Do it. Get yourself a vision board and get a picture of these football players and do it. There's many different ways to do these things. Believe in yourself. Because, like I said, self-care is the story of tonight. Be. Who do you want to be? Who do you want to be? So we have somebody from our Twitter account chiming in over here, which is awesome. And then we have a few others from Facebook. And literally, if a football is the thing, and again, there's many different aspects of football. There's American football, and there's also Portuguese football, which is our form of soccer. So there's many different ways to do this. And I'm sorry, but there's no excuses. As far as I'm concerned, there's no excuses. Don't give up. Whether you have a physical limitation that'll stop you, there's always a way around that. There is. If you do not give up and you continue to go and you continue to find a way. What about the individuals that don't have feeling in their legs and they play wheelchair basketball? What's wrong with that? Wheelchair races. What's wrong with that? It's literally, these are the things that you guys can do. Don't limit yourself over physical conditions. Don't limit yourself over mental conditions, because this is about your emotional being. This is about not your physical body, but your emotional and mental health. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? What are you going to do to work towards that? Individual out here. I think it's Kawanku. If I might be pronouncing that wrong. If I do, I apologize. So if you want to be a football player, what do you need to do? Possibly run. Get your stamina up of your oxygen and your air. These are things that you want to do to work towards it. Don't just take a picture, stick it on a wall. Otis, stop right now. Sorry, that's my dog. Don't just take a picture, stick it on a wall, stare at it for 10 minutes, believe it, and then don't work towards it. You need to work towards it too. You need to work towards everything that you want to become as an individual. Everything in life, it's a job. Just find a way to do it. Find a way to identify, how can I make this happen? If you tried one way and it didn't work, try another. If you tried this and it didn't work, try another. Don't give up. Don't ever give up on yourself. That's when we make our mistakes. We allow our outside influences, which we've talked about already, to influence who we are on the inside, who we want to become, who we're going to be. Never, ever give up on you. Never, ever. Okay, so the less you give up on yourself, that's the one you need. You don't worry about, I might disappoint my mother because I'm not being a doctor. I might disappoint my husband because he wanted me to do this. It's not about that. It's about you. If you're happy and your soul is bright and you see this coming out and sparkling and you just like, oh, it makes your whole soul shine to the point where everybody can see you shine when it happens. You're sharing your joy. You're sharing your heart. You're sharing your love. You're taking care of yourself, but you're becoming more happier. You're becoming brighter. And what I mean by brighter, you become a beacon. You just become this beautiful beacon. And you inspire others just by taking care of yourself. How many others out there? What's on your vision board? What is it? Vision boards, literally. All a vision board is, guys, it's a collection of images. That's it. I have a ton of collections of images in my house over things that I have wanted to do, things that at the beginning I doubted I could do it, but I didn't. And that's the thing. The worst critic in the world. Who do you guys think the worst critic in the world is? You are. More people criticize themselves every day more than others criticize you. We have a tendency to put ourselves down emotionally. I can't do this. This won't happen. No, don't, can't, won't, no, don't do it. Don't say any of it. None of it. There's no such thing as a failure. I'm sorry. That's just the way I look at things. You didn't fall. You didn't make a mistake. You had a challenge in your life that you learned from. Did you grow from it? Did you grow from whatever happened that was negative? Have you become a different person? Have you become a better person from it? Then if you've learned from it, it's not a mistake. It's a challenge. You had a challenge that you had to face in order to create who you would become. And these are the pieces that a lot of us miss. We miss this aspect of ourselves. It's like, man, I screwed up. I don't know what to do. Did you learn from it? Did you learn from it? That's the biggest thing. If you did make a mistake, if you've learned from it and you've grown from it, it was a challenge. Okay, guys, not a mistake, a challenge. There's no such thing in this world as a perfect person. No such thing. They don't exist. And anybody that tells you different, no, don't believe them. Just do what works for you. Continue to do you. Hey, Cynthia, how you doing, honey? Do you, guys. Make yourselves happy. And then everybody else around you is just going to be happy with you. You know, you have to do this for yourself. So the next thing, I want you guys, okay? I want you to get that vision board up. I want you to shorten your vision board. I mean, yes, these are long term. So what I want you to do is, okay, say if somebody out there wants to change something personal, like say they want to dress up more. Okay, well, give yourself 1 month to do that. Okay, so in 1 month, by the end of the month, I will have more of a self tailor-made for being myself. This is me. I can do this in a month. You want to quit smoking? Give yourself a month. And you tell yourself, in 1 month's time, at this date, I'm no longer going to smoke. Say it to yourself every single day. Don't give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself at all. I can't read all this. Who's this from? Cynthia. So, and that's what it is. Never, ever, ever give up on yourself. Give yourself that goal. Okay, you can't do it in 1 month, maybe 2 months. Okay? Then give yourself, in 2 months on this day, I'm not going to smoke. And what you do is you cut down, you cut down, you cut down until you get to the things that you want to do. If you want to learn to run cross country, honey, if you've been sitting around for a while, don't expect to get up and be able to jog even around the corner. Okay? It takes time, it takes practice, and it takes believing that you can do it. Okay? A little more, increase a little more, increase it a little more. Continue to do that. And guys, don't forget vision boards. Okay? Sorry, I'm getting a little hot in this room. Vision boards. A vision board is the best thing in the world for you guys to do. It gives you that photo, that picture, that like, oh yes, that's me. I can see it. And then once you can see it, I want you to feel it. I want you to feel all that positivity around you. I want you to picture it. I pictured finding a way to help as many people as I could. I kept picturing it and picturing it and picturing it, and I did it. I did it. Then I kept saying, okay, well, there has to be a way to support this. There's got to be a way where I can become like above board with this. I have to think. I did that too. Just literally go with the flow. Yes, that's it. And good. And start with something small. Okay, and Cynthia has a really good hello from Northern Pennsylvania. Start with something slow. Literally, something little. I mean, it could be the most... All right, you say you have a recipe. You haven't mastered it. Okay, you want to try it again. You want to master it. Okay, master that recipe. Say if you tie your shoes with the two tails and you want to learn how to do it the other way. Learn how to do it the other way. Start with a small goal. Build yourself up. Always have the larger goals, but always have smaller goals with it. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to set yourself up for a fall. Okay, that's what we don't want to do. Start with small things. Little here, little there, little here, little there. And after a while, those little things reach up to the larger things, and the larger things, because you refuse to give up on yourself. You refuse to put yourself last. Namaste. This is you. It's taking care of you. We're talking emotionally. We're talking mentally. I'm not even talking about your physical body unless that's one of your goals. If you are comfortable and your spirit is comfortable, we're all different. Just let that spirit, let it shine. Let it shine through that vision board, guys. Literally. I mean, you can make this as detailed as you want. You can go out. If you're a detailed person, you want a poster board, you want to glue this on, you want to glue that on, you want to label with this and label with that. Or if you're the type of person that just wants to cut, slap, do it that way. It's what is you. There is no right or wrong way to make a vision board. It's what's personable to you. Nobody else but you. Okay? Now, and that's what it is. You don't have to sit here, make a detailed list, gather supplies, do it. There's no right or wrong way to do this. There really isn't. Literally, I mean, it's whatever's comfortable for you. It's what helps you. And that's what self-care is about. Sometimes it's taking an idea and making your own, rather than saying, get this and do it this way, get that and do it that way. Not with a vision board. With a vision board, it needs to talk to you. That's the most important thing. So if a well-organized vision board would talk to you, do it that way. If something that's more sporadic would talk to you, do it that way. If you are an artist and you want to draw it out or paint it out, do it that way. Find something that's personable for you. Something that's going to fit you. Along with that, I'm going to take a short sip of coffee here. I know. My addiction. We're going to talk about affirmations. I've talked about affirmations quite a bit. But see, the biggest thing about an affirmation, it's positive. And that's the thing. It's very difficult to stay out of the negative. To have negative talk does damage to you. It really does. And a lot of times, and again, who are our worst critics? Who are our worst critics out here, guys? Is it Joe, Harry, and Mo down the street? Is it the upstairs neighbor, the downstairs neighbor? Is it your relative? Who's your worst critic? Who? You're your worst critic. You are your worst critic. And literally, this is something that actually has been studied in psychology. And that's what it is. A lot of times, we're our own worst critic. Now, you have to remember, positive thinking, it's really gotten a lot of flack. It really has. As far as in mainstream, in media, and things like that, positive thinking. And I've had it said to me. I said, I want to build a network where it's all positive all the time. No judgment, no fighting, no negativity. It's not allowed. Not allowed at all. And it's something I wanted to do. It was one of my goals when I wanted to open this. I wanted positivity. I wanted a place where people could come and feel safe. That's what I wanted. They're safe. It doesn't matter. In other words, it doesn't matter whether you're Catholic or Christian or Wiccan or Celtic or shaman or, I'm sorry, I know there's religions I'm forgetting out there, or spirituality that I'm forgetting out there. As long as you're positive, that's all that matters. And it's one of the hardest things, and one of my hardest, literally my hardest goal on my vision board. Oof. The hardest goal on my vision board, guys, was being positive all the time. That was a tough one. Okay, that was a tough one. I'm also a bit of a control freak when I build something, like the network and the crystal stuff. When I build it, I'm very protective of it. So I do control a lot of it. And that is something else I had to work through. But learning how to be more positive, especially, oh my goodness, especially in negative situations, that is the most difficult thing in the world. But you're going to find, by continuing to alter the way you think, alter the way that you speak, it actually alters the outcome, and it keeps the negativity away from you. Okay? So, like I said, a lot of people will say, you know what? I made this huge mistake. Did you learn from it? First words out of my mouth. Did you learn from it? Did you grow from it? Then you faced a challenge, because the word challenge is more positive than mistake, correct? It's how we word things to ourselves and in our own mind, that once we start living it and believing it and thinking it, it just becomes better and better and better. And sooner or later, it's like you don't stress over the little things anymore. And I found that about myself. I don't stress over the little things. I really don't. I'm very comfortable with me. And that's what I want for you. I want that for everybody. I want you all to be more comfortable with who you are. That's what I want for you. I want you to be happy with yourselves, comfortable with yourselves. I do chakras. Oh, I do all the chakra balancing to answer your question, Gail. I usually do that on Sundays. I've kind of moved it over to Mondays. I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday now, and Saturday I do crystal sales. The other 2 days I give myself kind of days off and time to spend with the fams. But I do chakra balancing and cleansing. We have an entire show on it. more than welcome to call in, explain what's going on. We'll figure out what chakra is off balance, do a little sound healing on it, possibly do a little Hertz DNA repair on that as well. Now, one of the ways to start with the positivity actually is affirmations, because what you're going to do is you're going to rewire your brain. Hello, Melissa. You need to rewire your brain into thinking differently. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I'm proof that you can. That's what it is about positive affirmations. And again, it's your inner voice. You're retraining that little person on your shoulder all the time. You know, you get the angel, the devil, some people saying it's like back and forth, and you're like, I don't know which way to go. And that's what it is. It's literally, so affirmations, it's retraining yourself. It's like, okay, a good example. All right. Now, you could say, I am allowed to make mistakes. Or you could say, I can face challenges that arise. So what are you doing? What are you doing with that aspect of it right now? Are you changing what it is? Now, here's the next thing. Those individuals that actually need confidence in themselves as an individual. Some people don't have that, like, you know, it's like, I don't want to look in the mirror, and it's not about that. Why would anybody? My biggest thing, my issue, who would want to listen to me? I don't care if I've been to school. I don't care if I've nonstop been to school to do this. I don't care if my soul has called me to do this. I don't care if my higher power is it. Who's going to want to listen to me? Why? Why would anybody listen to me? Was one of my biggest things. It was one of my biggest things. Every morning you get up, I brush my teeth, I'd be in the bathroom, and it's like, I have something important to share. I will be helping people soon. I have the ability to assist those in need. My spirit is leading me into the directions that I will follow. I will follow through with this. I will do this. And I continued to saying all kinds of different affirmations to the point where I would look myself in the eye, in the mirror, every time. Look yourself directly in the eye. You got to do it until you can see that moment, that one tiny moment that your spirit, your energy, your heart actually believes what you're saying. And then your belief becomes your reality. It literally does become your own reality. I am living proof, guys. If I can do this, be here doing what I'm doing, you guys can do it too. Just look in the mirror, literally look in the mirror. I take my glasses off and show you, but I wouldn't be able to see you. So literally, I mean, it can be something simple. If you feel like you're not enough for anybody, the shows are always from 6 to 8, honey, Eastern time, always 6 to 8. If you believe you're not enough for anybody, every day, look in the mirror. I'm going to look directly into the camera, pretend it's my mirror. I am enough for everybody. I am enough just the way that I am. I love myself just the way that I am. And you continue with these affirmations to help. What it does is it brings you this energy. It brings you this power. It just makes you feel like, okay, I can do this. And after a while, you're going to believe in yourself more than you've ever believed in yourself in your whole life. People might be out there and they might be these type of individuals that are like, oh my God, she looks gorgeous. She must be stuck up. Yeah, that person that probably looks good probably has a really bad self-esteem. Sometimes a lot of you can't go by sight of the body. You need to go by sight of the spirit and the soul. Because try to remember this. If you are negative will be attracted to you. You don't want that, right? If you're more positive, positivity will come towards you. There's a reason for this. There's a reason for that. And some of the hardest things we live through in life, a lot of things we have been through have been some of the hardest damn things in the world. And we're surprised we even survived it. We're surprised we can even face the public again. We're surprised that we can get up out of bed after we lived through this. But we did. Why? Some of my experiences help others. That's why me. You'll find out what fits you. You will. You will find out, guys, what works for you, what works for your heart, what works for your soul, what works for your spirit, what makes you who it is you're meant to be. I have faith. That's the part you need. You start off with a little bit of hope, a little bit of hope, a little more hope, a little bit more hope, a little bit more hope, until it turns into an abundance of faith and belief in you. And once you have that in yourself, it becomes contagious. Like a yawn. One person yawns, everybody in the waiting room yawns. Right? One person laughs, like you can see this like individual who laughs, such a laugh that you have no idea why they're laughing, but you can't stop laughing. That was my husband. I couldn't watch a funny movie with me because I'd have to watch it again after, because I spent most of the time laughing at him, laughing at the movie. And I couldn't help it. And that's what it is. It's catchy. And that's what you want. You want the positivity catchy. Okay. Yes, it is a very difficult thing to be positive. It is so hard to stay positive all the time, but it can be done. It can be done. I have survived so much in my life, but it's made me who I am. Has your past made you who you are? Has your past made you the individual you are today? What are the positive aspects that you've taken away? What are the positive things that you've learned? Negativity does not serve you. It doesn't. And the more negativity you have, the more you're going to breed it. Okay? It's literally just like a rabbit. Once a rabbit breeds, there's like 50 million of them all over the place. That's the way it breeds. You don't want that. You don't want the negativity. What you want is you want the positivity. You want that to breed. You want that to come. You want to share that, like that laughter. That just gut-wrenching laughter in your soul. You want to share that with the world, and you want everybody to feel that. Absolutely everyone. That's the part you want to share. I want to share this. Okay? Like when you make something for the first time, it's delicious. You want to share it with somebody, don't you? It's like, oh my God, this tastes really good. I want to share it. I created something. Oh, this is great. I want to share it. Because that's what you're doing with your positivity. You keep building it up. It's hard, but it can be done. It can be done. Okay? Literally. 5 minutes to start your self-care. Literally 5 minutes a day, guys. We're going to go on a break, and when we come back, I'm going to be talking about like a 5-minute routine. It's going to become such a routine to you guys that you're going to start your day off positive. That's what I want you to do. I want you to start your day off positive. So the moment you open your eyes. So we're going to get ready. I'm going to go for a short break. Okay? And when we come back, we're going to talk about making that list to keep you guys positive all the time. Let's start the day off on a good foot. We'll be right back. Or I'll be right back. Hey, we are back, everybody, on ATU Network. I would say we. Gotta get to me. I'm back. ATU Network. Don't forget, guys, you can always go to Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Play, any place you can download a podcast. Just look for ATU Network. You can download the show and re-listen to it anytime you want, okay? Also, if you want to message us, you can do that on atunetwork@gmail.com. And also to support the network, like I said, I found a way to support the network. So support the network. I do crystal sales, usually on Saturdays, sometimes on Sundays and Mondays as well. But there's always a list or view of upcoming deals and specials. But I have numerous spheres and specimens and all kinds of chakra stuff, tarot cards, actually for 15 a deck. So tune in for that as well. That's on Facebook. By the way, Facebook under Susan Swanbeck ATU. You can always find that there. So now we are back actually with self-care is what we're talking about. So as far as the readings, the schedules for the shows are Monday is Chakras, Tuesdays are Taras. Sometimes it's me and Michelle. Sometimes it's just me. And I do a 3, 6, 9 card spread. I read everybody and I get through as many people as we can. We do call-ins in there and everything else. The lines are always open on every show. Let's see, Wednesdays are usually guests. That is the day that I like to showcase those individuals around that really do have something to say. We had a beautiful show last night with Cynthia Malik, who was in the chat room earlier. She was talking about beta, alpha, omega, and beta, and your zodiac signs and stuff. It was a lot of detailed information. I actually enjoyed that. And Thursdays is always teaching, or most people sometimes when I'm by myself, they say preaching. So, but that's okay. I'm a reverend. You're safe. I'm also actually have a doctorate in holistic psychology as well, an aromatherapist. So if you guys need blended oils, let me know. So I do have a website. It's been a while since I updated it. I gotta find the time to get to that. and it's atunetwork.net. So we're actually going to be talking right now about a routine. And this is the routine I want you guys to follow. Believe it or not, this little short routine makes you feel so much better all day. Okay? So the first thing you do when you wake up is don't even get up out of bed yet. Stretch. Give yourself that 5 minutes, okay? Wake up. I want you to stretch as far as you can stretch. Hands above your head, legs, really stretch it out. And then I want you to go down into a fetal position, and I want you to stretch it out again. Then I want you to sit up cross-legged and crisscross applesauce, okay? I want you guys to sit cross-legged. And then what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes for a minute. And I want you to take your 3 breaths. So what you're doing is you're preparing your body to move throughout the day. Give yourself that attention, just those 3 breaths. Now, after you've taken those 3 breaths, now you can actually put your feet on the floor. But the next thing you're going to do is go to the kitchen, and I want you to get a glass of water. Water is very good, hydrates you. But when you are drinking that glass of water, it doesn't have to be a huge 3-gallon jug of water. You can drink a small little glass of water. I want you just to become, and again, this is going to help with your awareness of what's happening. I want you to literally, when you're drinking that water, I want you to pay attention to how the liquid feels when it goes down after you've slept. I want you to pay attention to how your throat moves, the muscles in your neck, what's actually happening, how your hands feel. I want you to become mindful of that glass of water. So now you're practicing your mindfulness. You're practicing your breathing and your relaxation, and you're also stretching. You can also add a couple of yoga moves in bed as well, too. Then the next thing, when you go in the bathroom to actually get ready, all this will take 5 minutes. Then you go in the bathroom to get ready to start your day, okay? This is where your affirmations come into play. Okay, you go in, you brush your hair, wash your face, you're brushing your teeth, all those things. The mirror is right there in front of you. Okay, now as you're getting ready, you're going to utilize your affirmations. Literally, I meet challenges with grace, if that's something you need. I am calm and capable of handling any situation. For today, I will be positive. Literally, it's an affirmation that fits you, something you want to work on for the day. Okay? It's what you want to work on. What you're doing is you're taking everything day by day. So every morning, get into this and just 5 minutes. That's it. It takes 5 minutes. From start to finish, 5 minutes, start your day off right. That's how you start your day off positive. Okay? And that's what you're going to do to help yourself. That 5-minute routine, guys. It's really very simple. Like I said, if you'd like to add a cat stretch to that, you know how, like when cats stretch, when the cats are down, they have their paws down, and all of a sudden their butt comes up in the air because they're stretching. If you'd like to add that to your routine before you get out of bed, do that. Do that. Personally, I like the stretching, and then I curl up, and then I'll stretch again, and then I'll do the breathing 3 times, and then I'll get up out of bed. But everybody's slightly different. So these are things that are actually going to help you. Okay. So now we're going to get into we're going to get into authenticity is what we're getting into. And authenticity has to do with being your authentic true self. Like some individuals will follow a crowd. Some will try to take control. What I want you to do is for every day, I want you to be your authentic self, who you truly are, who you want to be. If you feel like a guru, be a guru. You want to dress like Stevie Nicks? Go to town. I want you to be your true self. Every day, be your true self. That's very important, guys. Because the moment you start to become you and stop trying to please everybody else, life goes a lot smoother. I'm a jean girl. I love my jeans. Okay? And nobody's going to get me in a dress. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Maybe in my younger days, yeah, I would do it for somebody, but it's not my thing. I am more comfortable in my jeans, maybe a nice shirt, maybe a t-shirt, most of the time sleeveless shirts, but that's me. That's who I am. Others might like that dressing up every day. You don't need a reason to do that. You don't. If you're more comfortable in pink hair, do it. Purple, do it. You want to wear makeup? Fine. You don't? Fine. I want you to be true to who you are. Okay? Figure out who you are. How do you figure that out? It's authentically knowing what it is that you're comfortable with, what makes you feel good about you, not what makes you feel good when others say, oh my God, look at that girl. Whoa, look at that ass, babe. You get that ass look? No. Never did thrill me. It's what makes you authentically feel good about you. That is what you need to work on. These are all roads to positivity. Because if you are being authentic about who you are in your soul and in your spirit, and you're being positive, you're being true, you're being of the light, be positively true to yourself of the light. The positivity will come. It will follow. Stop trying to please everybody. Because the only person that's never going to be pleased when you do that is yourself. And what are we talking about tonight? Self-care. Yeah. So work on yourself. Picture yourself. And literally, I mean, how many times... Okay. I mean, there's affirmations that you can actually use. You can actually write up affirmations about allowing yourself. Okay, look in the mirror and say, I allow myself to be my true self today. You can add that to your morning routine. But I want you to authentically be you. Okay? Sometimes my hair is very older person-like. Some other times, my hair has got two pigtails sticking out of the side of the head, or one that's like bam bam on the top. It's just who I am. I'm not trying to please anybody but me. And this is something that I learned not just through education, but through real life experience. How? That's what everybody wants to know. How? Well, my husband had liver cancer. I spent the last 5 years of his life doing everything I could to please him. Lost myself in the process. And when he died, it was very difficult to figure out who I even was anymore, what I wanted. So it was a journey. And this is the end result of that journey. The end result of that very difficult, traumatic time is me being who I really am. And yes, I'm a very nurturing, loving, caring individual. It's who I am. I don't want to change that. I don't want to be hardcore. I don't believe in drama. I refuse to even allow it on my network. You know how many people I've blocked? Because I don't do drama. This is drama-free. This is positivity all the time, no exceptions. And that is a rule that I have made because that's how I want to live. Yeah, so, and that's what it is. It is a hard one. But instead of, Melissa, instead of being a people pleaser, okay, are you happy doing this? Does it make you happy? What's going to make you happy? Get that, look, see, journal, literally. I've got dragon journals, kitty cat journals, and dog journals. I even got a Scooby-Doo one, okay? I am weird. I'm 54 years old and I collect Scooby-Doo objects. Do I care? No. Why? Because it makes me happy. It makes me happy. And if I'm happy, others around me will be happy. That's pretty much, that's all it is, honey. That's it. Do what it is makes you happy, because then people around you, rather than you pleasing them, your joy, your happiness, your relaxation will become contagious. That's the type of contagion we want to share. We want to share love. We want to share peace. We want to share joy. We want to share it's okay to be you. It's okay to be who you are. I don't care who you are. I mean, if you're a guy and you like dressing like a girl, go to town. Go ahead. I'd be the type to come up and fix your bar strap for you. It doesn't bother me. It's who you are is the core being of your spirit, of your soul. That's what it's about. Hi, kid. Tell Nana I'll call her after I'm done with the show, babe. Sorry, that's my son. He always says, boo, make cakes, make cookies. Got plenty of sugar now. Sorry, I just lost my little catch on my notebook here. And that's what it is. And it's very difficult. And yes, I do understand that. And that's what it is. It's exactly it. I didn't know who I was and that's what it is. Because you've spent so much of your time taking care of someone else that you don't know how to take care of yourself anymore. You don't know how to put yourself first. You don't know how to do what's best for you. You don't. You forget. It's like, did I used to like this? Or why do I make this so much? I don't even eat it. You know, these are the things. It's like, why? Why did I? And that's what it is. You put so much of yourself into others that we forget to take care of ourselves. We need to be authentically who we are. Be true to you. If you want to wear one sneaker and one boot, go to town. You want to walk around in a Mickey Mouse outfit, go to town. You want to dress like a biker or a witch or anything, I don't care. If that's who you are, do it. If you're not harming anybody, does it really matter? If it makes you happy, that's what matters. That's being authentically who you are. I am authentically weird. Sometimes my hair's purple. Sometimes it's gray. Sometimes it's got blonde underneath. You never know with me, but that's who I am. I'm cool with it. I like that about me. I like that I can be who I want to be now. And it took a while to figure that out. It was rediscovering who I am, what I want to do, and then having and building up that faith in myself to have the ability to do it. Sometimes you might falter. That's okay. That's a challenge. When you falter, that's a challenge. You keep going. And that's what it is. You want to reinforce what it is that you're doing in order to be the best you can be. If I'm telling you guys, if I can do this, you guys can do this. You can. I did. Okay? And again, journaling. Wait, where you come from. Start with the journal. Literally, journaling. And I recommend journal. You can go to the dollar store and buy a book all like it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You just need to be you. Literally, take a piece of paper. Start with something simple. Steak. Do you like steak? Not like steak? Or do you love it? Something simple. Work your way up into something else. Do I like skirts, dresses, jeans, or sweatpants? Which one makes you happy? Or if you want to wear them all because you like changing up, do that too. Figure out who you are, how you want to be, what makes you happy. Are you happy with short hair, long hair? Are you happy with green hair, purple hair? I mean, heck, go to town. You know, literally, my daughter comes over and does my hair. Okay, she's the one that puts the purple and stuff in it. She decided she'd leave it blonde. I said, okay, we'll do that. We'll leave the blonde in the back. So that's what I did. But, you know, it's not about, and that's what it is. And When the first time I did that, the first time I dyed my hair purple, it was like, oh my God, everybody's looking at me. And then it was okay. I started to, it was okay. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say, oh my God, everybody's looking at me like I'm weird. Now it's like, I'll do my hair. And when I do it, because it's vegan, it washes out because it's safer. But when I do it and it's bright, bright, bright purple, I'm like, yeah, I'll walk around. Everybody just looks at me. I'll smile. I'll wave. Stop! Peace, man. So I'll just go and I'll just be me. Just be you. Doesn't matter who it is. Journal it out. Figure out what it is that you're doing to make you happy. And don't forget, another part of journaling is gratitude. Okay, so now we're talking about who we want to become. We're talking about affirmations. We're talking about alleviating stress. But when you go to bed, every night when you go to bed, pull that journal back out. Write down one thing, just one, you're grateful for that day. You can write down more. Just one thing, what I'm grateful for in the same journal. Because when you go back and read those, you can actually process how far you've actually come. Because we've come a long way. It's an amazing distance. It's an amazing journey if you guys just allow yourself to travel on it. Travel on the road of life. Live it and continue to go and go forth and prosper. Sorry. Reference to an old movie there. So these are, and again, gratitude, guys. Another thing that can actually get to you guys is stress. How many of you out there have like this ball of stress? It might be deeper now. You might be in an area where it's actually lightening up, or you might be in an area where it's still not as light. We go through a lot of stressors. What is your stress relieving technique? Do you guys have a stress relieving technique? Do you have several different stress relieving techniques? Do you not have one and you need one? Well, see, one of the things I used to do, and again, this is just examples of who I am and what I do, when I am extremely stressed, I bake so much I have to feed my neighbors. Literally. I mean, my kids used to go to school, and when they come home, they'd see all kinds of baked goods on the table, and they'd be like, uh-oh. Normally, kids would go, yes! Oh, that's great! With me, it's like, oh, man, what happened? And that's first words out of my kids' mouths. What happened? What happened? Nothing, I'm fine. You're not fine. What happened, Ma? Ma, what happened? What happened? What happened? So, and that's the way it used to be. And now I find myself, I'm obsessed with school, and I love wrapping jewelry, and I love creating objects, and I love building shows, and it's just everything I'm doing to help others is actually helping me. Because guess what, guys? We're not alone. We're not. I've been a widow for 10 years, haven't even dated, I have no interest. But you know what? I don't feel alone. I don't. Find something, and that is the thing. Here is the thing. I wire wrap jewelry. This is one of them, okay? It's a very detailed two-face wrap with a druzy. I do. I wire wrap it. Never could do it. I literally started doing this 6 months ago. I didn't know I could do it. But see, here's the thing. Think of it this way. Do you know, by the weight of a bee's body and the size of their wings, a bumblebee, a big one, they're not supposed to be able to fly. Why do they fly? Because nobody told them they couldn't. Okay? So that's the thing. Try it. If you guys want to make finger painting collage, do it. If you've always wanted to try making pottery, get yourself some clay. Do that. Find something that you've always wanted to try to make you happy. Just do it. Go to the store. Buy it. You want to learn how to draw? Buy a book to teach how. Why should you not? I taught myself to knit as a grandmother because I wanted to learn how to make a blanket for my grandchildren. I was never interested in knitting. There was a lot of things I weren't interested in as a kid. But if you want to do it, there's books, there's YouTube videos, there's all kinds of stuff and ways for you guys to learn anything you've always wanted to try. Well, maybe not smith crafting. I've been having trouble with that one. Yeah, metal crafting. But, there are several different things you want to do. I mean, if singing makes you happy, do it. Do it. Dancing, do it. Find something. Okay, walking. That's another good stress reliever right there. Some of us have issues getting out of the house and going for a walk. But just find something. Some people build puzzles. Some people find if they're focusing on another issue or someone else's issue, then they don't have as much stress in their life. So by retrospect, if we find puzzles that are complicated or forms of puzzles that are complicated, you're solving a different issue, and therefore you're giving your mind that break in order to go back. Meditate. Just do a simple, mindful meditation. Remember when we were kids, or some of you might be younger than me, probably. When we were kids, my parents would actually sit there and go to count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Remember when they used to count down? Because what they were doing is they were giving themselves that time to calm down before they exploded. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that both your parents passed away. I got my mom left. That's it. She's the only one left. But and that's what they did. They were giving themselves that time. And that is something we've lost. We've lost giving ourselves those 10 seconds to literally calm down before we blow a cork. Another method for those that do have young kids, put yourself in timeout. Especially if there's a lot of stress and a lot of chaos. Kids find it hilarious. My kids did. I had a timeout clock. And when I needed time to myself, I'd set the timeout clock. My kids know they couldn't talk to me because I was in trouble. Yeah, I wasn't in trouble. I just wanted time to myself. So those are things. That was my way of alleviating stress. Because I raised 4 kids. I went to school. I worked full time. I did all of those things. So I found a way to fit in those moments I needed that space to myself. And then I just, like I said, one day I just picked up wire and said, I've always wanted to try to do this. So do it. So just do it. Literally do it. You always want to learn how to make cakes from scratch. Do it. You always wanted to learn how to do isomelt, which is sugar work. Do it. You always wanted to learn how to carve. Go get yourself a bunch of fruit. Start carving. It's really not going to hurt anything. Literally, I mean, there's wood out there. You can buy whittling knives. You can buy yourself a little mini Dremel and start carving up stuff. You don't have to be a professional. You just have to do what your soul makes you feel good doing. That's the most important thing right there. And what that does, by taking that stress relieving technique, it helps you refine the light. Because what you're doing is you're refocusing your stressful situations into a creative situation. So therefore the stress isn't a negative thing. So the stress lessen. Remember, if a bully knows, going back to like high school days, if somebody's a bully and you continue to get bothered by this bully and they can see that, it's going to continue, right? Same thing as stress. Think of it that way. Same thing as stress. If you continue focusing only on the stress and not switching it over to something else, what's going to happen? Now, when I'm really mad, I make a lot of homemade bread because kneading the dough helps. Mm-hmm. Yep. You ever tried doing that when you're angry? Kneading fresh dough? I'm gonna get the bubbles under here. About that. Yeah, believe it or not, it really helps. But that's me. What's going to help you? What's going to make you feel better? You know, I knew a next door neighbor at one time that used to break plates when she was mad. She would take, that's it, stop playing your violin again. That's perfect. If honey, it makes you happy, makes you feel good. Every time you're stressed, pull it out. Pull it out. Because sooner or later, your brain's going to associate, okay, time to practice rather than stressed out. You know, I had a friend that had like a clean like barrel, and every time she was mad, she used to throw the plates in it. It's like, you're wasting good plates. She goes, no, I'm not. So she brought me into the other room, because after she calms down, she takes the broken pieces of plates and she would make these most beautiful collage scenes with all kinds of different color broken plates. I thought that was ingenious. So you're throwing the plate to get the anger out, but you're actually building some of your craft things at the same time. It was brilliant. I loved it. I absolutely loved that idea. So what all of this is going to do is it's going to transform your stress, as we were talking about. It's going to transform your stress into positive energy. Like you just said, the violin, you're stressed, you pull it out. You keep playing it, right? You keep playing it. When you're stressed, you keep playing it. What's going to happen? Sooner or later, you might be giving a concert to somebody. And you never know. That's the way it happens. So, and these are things. And another good way to try to help, and I know that schedules, forget it. Somebody's going to tell you, okay, schedule, plan, and do that. No, don't even bother. Schedules really don't fit in. You can give yourself a general idea of the day and prepare yourself. But as somebody who comes from, you know, my family, I love them to death, and I wouldn't change it. If they need something, it's who I am. So I'm not going to change that about myself. But try to give yourself a general thing. But the thing that you do need to do is organize. And here's the thing. And when we're talking about our houses, oh God, especially now. Remember those days we used to go to clean the house before you go to bed, laundry folded, you go to bed, you wake up the kids and you step on Legos. Oh my God, that used to drive me nuts. It's like, I just go to this room before I went to bed. Wake up on Legos. So, and that's what it is, organization. And that's another thing I use. What I will do is I will continually reorganize until everything I do is neat. So it used to drive my kids nuts that I would constantly rearrange the furniture, rearrange where this goes, because I'll continue to do it until everything stays neat. So it's one of the other things that I used to do. Now, let's see. Oh my goodness, where are we? All right. So, and another thing I want you guys to do, and again, this has to do with your journal. I want you to keep track of how far you've come. That's why a journal is very important. The more that you journal, the more that you can track your distance. If you have one of those watches that track your steps, you see how far you've gone every day, right? Makes you feel better. It's like, oh, I went so many steps this day. Oh, I didn't do as many steps. I got to do that many steps tomorrow. You pay attention to it, correct? What if you wrote down what you've done in the day? You get to see your progress. So your progress will continue with you. You'll see it. Oh, okay. So I was like this a month ago. Now I'm better. That gives you the encouragement. So basically your journal is encouraging you more. So you're encouraging yourself. You're becoming your favorite speaker because you are putting all the effort in. You're doing all the work and you're doing all this. And it's something that's really going to help you out. You can really do it very simple. Like I said, you can do it very simple, just a journal. A journal is like one of the world's greatest things in the world. I love them. I utilize them on a regular basis. Please excuse me. I have to wet my whistle again from talking. Wow. Let me check the board here. Then we're going to get into about 22 minutes left to the show. So now we're going to get into a little bit of slowing down and treating yourself. Now, treating yourself is actually a good way for self-care. It's like, okay, easiest way to put it. The kids we're really good for a week, so you take them out for their favorite ice cream, whether it's soft serve or, or whether it's, Friendly's ice cream. We used to all do that when our children were smaller. These are things we used to do. So if we have done everything we've done for the week to work on ourselves and our self-care, to make ourselves more positive, why can't we have a reward? It doesn't mean go out and buy yourself a new car, it doesn't matter. Give yourself time, sit down, read a book. Okay? I love my books. I'm a bookaholic. Literally, it's like, sit down, watch yourself. I'm sorry, but this is my TV time. I'm going to take a couple hours and watch something I want to watch. So it's literally just making that time for yourself is what it is. Don't you love when you're reading something and all of a sudden you get this ad in the middle of your notes for no apparent reason, because laptops are bloody ridiculous. Amen. So you want to take that little bit of time to yourself. And again, it could be soaking in a tub. Okay? It could be sitting outside with a cup of tea with headphones on because you want to just listen to your favorite music. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have to be extravagant. It just has to know that it's called me time. Everybody is allowed to have me time, especially anybody that leads a busy, busy life. You need that me time. Not like every day, like a guy goes to work, or anybody, a guy or girl goes to work, comes home, sits down, does nothing. It's me time. It doesn't work that way. Once a week, guys, just literally once a week, take that me time for yourself and allow your partner to have that me time as well. So I even allow my children to have the me time. I allow my children to vent. I mean, I've got one left and he's 17, but literally, one left home. I allow him in. He's like, Mom, I need to vent. I know you don't like the swearing, but it's just going to come out like this, and it's fine. Do it. We'll talk about it when you come. And that's what it is. I allow him to vent it out. I say no words till he's done. When he's done and he's calm, then we can talk about it. Because people can't talk about anything if they're in that state of, they can't. So if you allow them to vent, don't take anything personally, it's going to help you out in the long run. Okay, that's also another little treat there. All right, now as far as clearing your energy, grounding and centering. We did that grounding and centering earlier in the show. It's very easy just to build the energy, become one with the earth in order to be able to ground yourself. If you feel negative energy around you, just shake it off. Literally. If you have to physically shake it off, just like, yep, nope, done. Let it go. So, and that's what it is. What you want to do is, another way of doing it is just when you're taking that me time, is you sit down. And, okay, what I want you to do is just close your eyes right now. We're going to close our eyes again. We're going to close our eyes. And now we're going to picture actually sitting at a beach. We can feel the sun shining on us. It warms our skin, but it's not too warm. It's just right. There's a nice breeze. You can feel the wind blowing through your hair. You can smell the ocean, and it smells beautiful. And you feel very relaxed. You have the sun shining. You can hear the birds. There's no loud music. It's very peaceful. It just feels tranquil if that's you. Now, if that's not you, if you're sitting somewhere next to, say, you're in the woods, you're sitting on your favorite log, and you can just smell it. You smell the grass and the ocean. You could feel the trees and the earth around you. It's kind of like a mental sacred area just for you. So it is something that you create within your own mind that's just yours. And I have done that a couple of times, I think, on creating your own spaces. Those are things within your mind is what we're talking about. So, and it's again, it's about visualizing. It's about seeing, smelling, feeling. And when I'm talking seeing, I'm talking about within yourself, within your minds. So these are things we want to do. We want to create that. We want to feel that. We want to be around that. We want our skin to warm. We want to have that joyfulness. It's like having that one joyful memory that when you're sad, that one memory brings you the ultimate joy. So what you're doing is you're creating a sacred space for yourself. Okay? This is a space within your own mind that's just yours. It's a place where your mind goes where you need to relax. A place where you take yourself to just let go of all the stress and give yourself pretty much a timeout is what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're mentally taking a break and creating a reality that's not there. That's not it. It's giving yourself and alleviating yourself from that stressful situation. And after a while, after creating that and working with it, you'll be able to just close your eyes and be there. You'll be able to smell it, hear it, taste it, and it'll help you maintain that calm, help you maintain that center that you need. And it's, and you have that center, and you have that peace, and you can smell it, and you can feel, with me, I can feel the shells around me, and it's just very peaceful, very peaceful. Okay. So, and that is a really, really good thing today. Okay, my son does this all the time. Oh, does he? Nice. And that's what it is. It's a very good for you. And we can always relearn. And the next thing I want you guys to work on, and sometimes it's kind of difficult, is I want you to be open to receive love. And I'm not talking about like intimate love. I'm talking about love in general is what it is. Yeah, he walks in the woods. Oh, nice. That's very nice. He's a Karupala. Nice. So, and that's, I want you to give yourself that, in other words, to be able to give and receive love and feel that. And love just isn't about relationships. Love has a lot to do with loving self, loving others, loving our environment, loving our family, loving life. If you can't open yourself up to this love, whatever it is to you, you're not going to be able to keep yourself on that positive frame of mind is what we want. I mean, there's a lot of like different things you can do to help you with this, but if you're do smells, roses are always very good. If you're the type of person with candles, a red candle will help you love roses, if that's what it is. Rose quartz, if you're into crystals. There's many different things you can actually utilize. Okay, what makes you feel that love and that that thing, that one thing you need to remind yourself that you do love the world, especially if you're going out. Okay, if you are going out somewhere and you have that day where everybody is just, especially retail workers right now, it's so bad. There's a lot of ornery people that go in the store. Why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And they're just trying to make sure that everybody has it, everything. And by the end of the day, they're like, oh. So it's hard for them to maintain maybe that loving thing. So an idea for you guys out here is I want you to create a treasure bag. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? All right. Now, what I mean by a treasure bag is I want you to put things in a bag, any bag you want, and I want you to keep it. It's just yours. It's nobody else's. When you're having a bad day, I want you to reach into your bag, because in your bag is going to be things that bring you happiness, joy, make you feel love. These are items and or smells or certain things that you know you can, like your favorite perfume, something that brings that joyfulness back to you. It's called I actually call it a treasure bag, and that's what it is. It's like your own personal treasure chest is what it is. So you do that, and it's like, and you have that, and it's like, okay, you have that to go to. It's like your whoopee, so to speak, I guess they call them, or your security blanket. But what it is, it's an adult way of bringing the joy back to you when you've had that negative day. Because when you've had that negative day, you don't want to carry the negative emotions with you. You want to continue to bring that positivity in your life, to have that, oh man, bring that happiness and that love back around to you. So those are things those items that are personable to you. Everybody's items will be different. Okay? When they're personable to you, it puts in the bag. In my bag, I actually have a stone. The first time my husband, he was my boyfriend at the time, walked on the beach, he found the flattest stone ever. I still have it. That's in my bag because that brings me happiness and joy. So it reminds me to bring the joy back. That's what's in my bag. I have that memory. I have the feel of the shell. And these are things. It doesn't matter what it is for you. It's what brings you back to where you need to be. Helps you maintain that positive world. Helps you maintain that positive outlook. It's just a part of a self-care. Okay? It's literally just called a self-care treasure bag. That's all it is. It's just a bag that's going to help you maintain it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's something that just, whether it's shapes or fabrics or smells or colognes, or I wouldn't put food in there for too long because, reaching your hand and getting a mushy banana, it's just, nope. So you definitely want to put things in there that's going to help you. Okay. And the next thing is, you know what, when we start this, when anybody starts this, there's no such thing as starting and doing. You have to accept the fact that you will have good days and bad days. That's the biggest thing. I choose not to call them failures. I choose to call them good days and bad days. So you will have a time where you will have an off day. That's okay. Accept it. Tomorrow's a different day. Okay? You always have tomorrow. Okay? And again, just pick yourself up, start all over again, and do it again. Just continue. Don't give up. That's the biggest thing about accepting that it's okay to make mistakes. Okay? Because you're facing challenges. Because what are you doing with this new process? You're learning. So remember, your challenges, what some people call mistakes or failures, are you facing your challenges? They're helping you, bringing you back to what you want to do. So don't give up. Okay? Don't, just because you had a couple of off days doesn't mean the next day after that's going to be off. You're not going to know unless you try. So the biggest thing about this is I do not want you guys to give up. Never, never, never give up. Okay? At all. So, but the other thing before we go is I want you guys to accept that everybody has limitations to what they can and can't do. Accept them. Okay? Some people will succeed. And I always wanted to do pottery. I accept the fact that I have no idea what I make when I do it. It would never look right. That's right. Tomorrow's a new day. So, and accept that. But everybody has limitations on what they can and can't do. So accept it. You could be Could be the type of learner you are. Maybe you're a quick learner, or maybe you start strong and then slow down and stop. And maybe you're more of a jumper when you're going. It's like, I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. Maybe you're more of a circle. So give yourself that opportunity to understand, okay, I have limitations. Something happened. Okay, I'll accept this. And now I want to move on. Okay, that's why you have your treasure bags. That's why you have your journals. So you can go back and see the good days that you've had. See the really, really bad days you've had. And see where you came after that. So life's the journey, guys. That's the biggest thing. Okay? Life is a very large journey. All right? So I want you to accept this. And I want you guys to work on this. We got 6 minutes left to the show today. Just 6 minutes. That's it. So it's been a wonderful topic. And I'm hoping that we really did help some people out there tonight. Because that's what it's all about. It's about assisting other people and helping you guys out. I will see you Saturday on Susan Swanbeck ATU for crystals, tarot cards, wrap jewelry, wire wrap jewelry, bead wrap jewelry, chakra stuff, tarot cards. We have all kinds of items that we're actually going to have. And again, I will see you there. And Monday we will have chakras again. So the shows are always from 6 to 8. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And don't forget, guys, share that love. Never give up. Ever, ever, ever give up. There's no such thing. Literally. Just keep going. Okay? What happened 5 minutes ago happened 5 minutes ago. It's not 5 minutes ago. You go forward in time, not back. So don't go back in time. If you've learned from it, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Keep going. And remember, peace out. Okay? Take out the garbage. Love you guys to death. And I will see you back here on the network Monday night. And don't forget, we do have crystals, crystals, tarot cards for sale on Saturday on Facebook on Susan Swanbeck ATU. So I will see you guys there. Peace out. Love you guys. Okay? Remember, stay positive always. Okay? Hasta luego. Bye.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.